Hey everybody, how y'all doing? I am a little bit behind. I had meant to be here a few minutes ago, but then League of Legends had this like crazy awesome update, and I didn't want to not play it, but then I'm like, I need to paint these guys and those guys and pack them in that. So here I am. I don't really have a plan for the show. I mean, it was more just, I need to do this, and I'm going to. And I'm not going to be here for live shows in the next few days, slash the next week, so I figured I would jump on and do a live show today. And that's what I'm doing. So all I've been doing is I've got my little marked off shape on this paper, and I'm painting arcs onto my little dudes here. I've already started them up, which you will probably not be able to see on my camera because it's not that good, and I'm pretty far away. But all the story is, that's what's going on. So, yeah, I don't know what to say. So, bring up a question or a comment in the stream there. I've got it open. We can talk about whatever. I plan on bringing a 40k and a fantasy army with me to Adepticon, along with my camera equipment. It's entirely possible I might have better equipment coming in the next few weeks, as far as rendering and editing and live show software, like a better computer mainly. What does that even say? Pack them in the empties? Empty what? Oh, yeah. No, I gotta bring those back. I'm just lazy. And I've been busy. It's only been like 2 days. Sounds like a long time. Most of the empties are actually in the other room, but that's neither here nor there. Whee! Painting and drinking. No, we're not going to do that today. I gotta get up and go to meet Jay from Mini Wargaming, so we can drive to Chicago, which is about 8 hours away, and then pick up Dan from the airport, and then Dan, Jay, and I have a hotel, and we are rocking the whole Adepticon thing all week long, in theory. I don't exactly know when Jay has to work again, so whether or not we'll stay like all day on Sunday as well, I'm not sure, but I would like to, in theory, depending on if I end up going and it's like, I can't stand this anymore. So much stuff going on. But I don't think that's the case. I'm actually really looking forward to it. I think it's going to be awesome. And, yeah. Other than that, I'm putting arcs on my guys, because I don't believe you need to have fully painted, though I think only one guy in my army is not painted. But I'm almost positive you will need to have arcs painted on your bases to show which end is the front side of your base, which is basically all arcs do. But they're really handy because it gives a clear representation of your intent and what you're doing in the game. That way your opponent can see what's going on and you can see what's going on, and there's no real cheating involved. No real cheating. There's lots of, like, imitation cheating, but there's no real cheating. Doesn't even make sense, but I'm going to keep saying it. Next in line. And this is all I'm going to be doing, is just firing through these guys and rambling about whatever I can think of that comes to mind. So I'm going to talk about League of Legends, because I was playing League, and I play a lot of League of Legends, and they updated / released this new game mode where they don't use, like, you can use your abilities as much as you want for you League players out there. The cooldown reduction on everybody has been reduced by 80%, and they got rid of mana and everything else that has a cost mechanic, so you can just cast your spells non-stop, and it's just bonkersly hilarious. Oh, somebody actually has a question. I bought the Crix Battle Group, a few Helljacks, and a unit of Banes in the UA, and Deathjack. What should I get next? At that point, I would just start cycling through the casters. See which casters you like. So I would pick up as many of the Crix casters, anyone who appeals to you. E. Denny is a great caster. E. Gaspy is a great caster. Scar is an amazing caster. Epic Scar is an amazing caster. Actually, all the Asphyxiuses are good. But I don't know, I haven't seen 3 Asphyxius. But, yeah, it is live. I know, right? Everyone's confused and surprised. But, yeah, basically you can go, I would recommend trying the casters. If you want to just get another unit, Bane Knights are going to be another unit you're going to want to pick up, along with... I argue Blood Witches are better, but better is probably not the better word. I find they're just more, like, useful than Statixis Raiders. The Statixis Blood Witches I like more, but that's just my opinion. And of course, they both depend on their UAs, so you're going to need those as well. Oh, and Bile Thralls. I don't know how I forgot about that. Bile Thralls just shut down armies, like mine. When they go, you know what we're going to do? We're going to hit your Armor 16 unit, all of them at the same time, with a POW 12, and if they don't get killed by that, then they get to be corroded, so next turn they do die. Like, what? What? And that's just how it goes. Do I need to paint an arc on the book? I guess in theory I do, because they can get back arc strikes. Though he has no weapon, and thus doesn't have a melee arc. So would every side be a back arc? No, I can't imagine. Oh, and... wait, I missed a bunch. Oh snap, it's live, yep. What army are you painting? I am painting Menoth. Menoth, 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 Menoth. Tons of them. It's my Menoth army. Swain is OP in the new game mode. So annoying. You know who's OP and ridiculous in the new game mode? Sona is OP and ridiculous. And Rammus is OP and ridiculous. And Lux. And Teemo. And everyone. But, Tartarus, yep, you're going to want him. Tartar Sauce. Oh, and what 40k army is Convergence of Cyrus most like? I like Cyrus' aesthetic, but don't know their playstyle. There's no equivalent in 40k to any faction in Warhammer or War Machine as far as playstyle is concerned. Because the only reason that is because 40k doesn't have a mechanic in the same sense as Warjacks to infantry. Like, a vehicle to an infantry in 40k is not the same thing as a Warjack to an infantryman in War Machine. So I can't really give you a good answer on that. Sorry. Paint, paint, paint. Paint. Statixis Raiders are amazing, but you need the captain and the UA. Yeah, the captain and the UA. Like I said, though, I like Blood Witches more. Those Statixis Raiders really teach Convergence what it means to bring a lot of jacks and to die for it. Any units other than the pot I should get for Legion of Everblight? Like everything? I don't know, Ravagors? Ravagors are good. Legionnaires to feed the pot. Bunch of lights so you can bring them out of the pot. Carnivian? Scythian? Carnivian? No, I'm kidding. So, Carnivians aren't that good. But, you probably want one. Shredders, because tenacity is a key thing. You're going to want Deathstalker solos, because they're really good at cleaning out a lot of stuff with quick work and sprint. And having a really high mat. Get on the little table there. But that's what I would recommend. Doop doop doo. But if you're running Banes, you must include Bane Lord Tartarus. Yeah, it's basically, if you're going to have 2 units of Banes, Tartarus is required. Even with 1, you're really going to want to bring him. But if you're not going to bring him after 2 units, you're handicapping your army at that point, because he is so good and so useful that it would be silly not to bring him. Ta-da! Go into the pile. I don't think I have enough room on that little table for the amount of guys I'm going to be putting on it. Those of you who can't see, which is all of you, there's a little table that they're sitting on. Came with this big table. It was relatively cheap. Yay for getting stuff on sale. But yeah, if you're gonna play Tartarus, or if you're gonna play Banes, bring Tartarus. It's just the way it works. No comments, so I'm just gonna paint and put stuff on the bases. A lot of people showed up for this to be not a regular night at a weirder time, or at a different time than the other ones. Is Tuesday night the way to go? Should I be doing these at 8 p.m. on a Tuesday? And yes, it's 8 p.m. for me right now. I should get some models and start painting. You could certainly do that. That's what I'm doing. I wish I could play music or something, because that's usually what I do. Actually, I listen to comedy. That's what I do when I'm painting. Like, before I started the live stream, I was listening to Ricky Gervais, and I wanted to continue doing so. But then I'm like, I don't think I can do that, because if there's commercials on this, which... Oh, I guess I could get into that ramble about ads and such. Because it is really nice being able to do this and make a bit of money so I can keep doing it. And who knows, one day being able to do this full time and make videos about all kinds of stuff for everybody will be awesome. But ads are a big deal with that. Whereas like Mini Wargaming has their subscription model, which is certainly good. You get a lot of cool stuff for it. I don't really offer anything that I in my opinion, is worthwhile of a subscription. So I'm not going to be asking you guys for a subscription until I have something that's worthwhile that, like, personally I would spend money for. Because I don't know if I would pay money to watch battle reports. And I don't care about painting, so there's nothing really there to appeal to me. But if it's what you're into, then it's what you're into, and that's certainly fine. I'm not saying don't do it, I'm just my personal opinion. And so that's not something I'm going to do. But ads I find no issue. So long as it's not excessive, like when you see somebody who has like an hour and a half long video and there's like 35 ads, and you go, oh, what the hell is this? It's every 5 minutes I have to skip a... that's it. Actually, you know what? That's the other thing. I really wish that the ads that they have played on the videos were related at least to the video that you're watching. Like, I think that would be a very interesting mechanic you could do, because it makes more sense. I'm like, why are they just, like, why is it that when I'm watching an ad on, like, or say that I'm watching a video on, I don't know, like, let's say World of Warcraft. This is a good reference. This is a good example. And then you get an ad for Scientology. And you go, how are these two related? Like, what demographic is the Scientology ad agency shooting for by going to people who are watching like the background of Warcraft 3 or like the last 12 years of development for blah blah game? Like, it doesn't make sense to me. So if at least, like, let's say I'm gonna go watch a video on like StarCraft, and then they give me a trailer for Diablo or the new StarCraft that's coming out, or even another video game, like, at least then it's related. But these just like random, and some of them even contradictory. Like, you'll see a video that'll talk about like creationism and something like that, or the other side, like the big thing going on between Neil deGrasse Tyson and one of those creationist groups. And then you watch it, then there's an ad for like Scientology on it, and it's like, well, wait a second, at least argue one of the religions that's involved with this, or a non-religious commercial. It doesn't make sense. Oh, look at all these people are doing things. What prompted this anyway? Not complaining. What prompted this was I need to paint, and I felt bad that I'm not going to be here for the next 2 live shows. So that's what I'm doing. What do you think of the new guard? I think they're stupid looking. Who prompted this anyway? The painting, blah blah blah. This is actually a great time for me, so 1 vote and 2 stay live streams. There you go. Oh, and thanks for the advice last week about the orcs. I got 2 war bosses, 30 boys, 5 knobs, and 3 death copters, all painted as well. Anyway, what do you think of GW's new release schedule? It's a lot better. GW's new release schedule makes it so that people who play the game can actually, like... Because before it was, you were looking at something every, like, 5 years. You're going to see a new codex. So if one guy gets a new codex that does skewer the game, they don't have any way of fixing that for years and years and years. Now at least they have, like, something. The game changes. It's not just the same thing again and again. Ad blocker for the win. Meh. Like I said, at the same time, let's say a video that I like to watch. For example, if anyone goes over to The Escapist, and this is actually what got me started on this, because I watched the one by the one guy on The Escapist, Jim Sterling, I think it is. He has some fun shows every now and again, and I like listening to them, and that's what got me thinking about it. But for example, the one show on there, Zero Punctuation, Yahtzee, the guy who does video game reviews, I find those hilarious. Like, personally, I love them. And if him being able to make those commercials means that I have to watch a 45-second ad on something, StarCraft, I think Diablo is the one that they're doing right now, then I'm willing to do that. I'm willing to get the 3-minute video that amuses me for 3 minutes. I'm willing to spend 45 seconds of my time so that he can keep doing it as a job, and I can keep watching these great videos. Because if you don't watch the ads, like if you use ad blocker to skip it, you basically don't contribute to the thing that you want to watch. And it doesn't cost you anything. Like, it literally doesn't cost me a penny to watch an ad for 40 seconds. I mean, I like it when I can skip them. That's awesome. And it is a little bit annoying from time to time when they get excessive. But using an ad, like at the beginning or end, or maybe halfway if it's a really big video, that's something I'm willing to do just so long as I can continue. That person can make a living and continue making the thing I want them to make. Now, the double whammy is when you see stuff like Big Think is a really interesting YouTube channel out there, and they have a subscription model. Now, I haven't quite made the jump yet to do it because I'm not sure if I'm sold on what they're selling, which, as it stands, it's just random things, but it's something that I might subscribe to and be willing to pay like $5 a month to watch. But so long as I can watch it based on, like, with no ads. Like, it seems like if you're going to have a subscription model, you shouldn't be allowed to put ads on it, because you're just double gouging for people then. Like, I'm going to make a video series on... Actually, I'm going to just tell you, this is one of my ideas in the future for this channel, is I'm going to make a series of videos based on designing terrain, tables, and large-scale models. So I'm not going to drop names, but there's a certain company in a certain country that makes certain models for a certain game that is excessively expensive and considerably large. Going on not talking about said company because they'll kill me, which I'm making a joke about. A lot of people like to scratch build said models. I myself have actually done it. I'm saying if I showed a way in a video, 30 minutes long, how to build a Titanic walker, I would be willing to spend $5 to watch somebody show me how to make one for $5. Like, that's a worthwhile investment in my part, because I'm basically saving myself hundreds, if not thousands of dollars, assuming it's of okay quality. Like, it doesn't have to be the same as, this is the exact same as the $1,000 model, because you know that's not what you're going to get out of this. If you're spending $30 in material, then that's just the way it works. But it's one of those, like, that is something that is a worthwhile investment for me, because spending a little bit of money here and learning something will save me money in the future. Like, subscribing to a channel that teaches you how to do, like, home renovation seems like a logical thing to do. Like, I want to know how to put in carpet. I don't need to know that because I put in this carpet and I kind of know what I'm doing. So it's not a big issue. But if you didn't, or you wanted to, it's a worthwhile thing to do, because you can learn something, and it has value other than just entertainment. And entertainment value is not, I'm not knocking that. I mean, hell, that's a good thing to subscribe for, and there are things that are worth it. Like I said, watching the ads for Yahtzee's things, those are something I love to watch, and the price that I pay, essentially, is to watch the ads that he has in his video. That's fine. I accept that. So, basically what I'm saying is, I'm willing to pay money on building terrain or learning skills. I'm willing to subscribe for things that I argue are more valuable to you than what you would have to do without that subscription. Like, if they're going to teach you something, it is a worthwhile thing. Like the Mini Wargaming's Vault, I wholeheartedly support it. I think it's a great idea. You can get so many tips on how to paint, and it provides them the money so that they can make more content. So if you like the content that they make, and you want to learn how to paint, or you want to learn how to play the game better, then you watch those videos and you subscribe because you like what you watch, and it's a way to give back. And I wholeheartedly agree with that. So if you justify it, then there you go. And you are getting both learned skills and entertainment. I don't know, it's just... But at the same time, I don't think you should have commercials. If you're going to pay a subscription fee, you shouldn't have to watch ads. IMO. Thanks again for that, bringing 3 Ravagors with Epic Lilith. Did feel bad for my second opponent, though. Yeah, you'll feel bad for every opponent after that point. I disable my ad blocker on some things, though. There you go. Yeah, support what you like. That is the gist. That is, if you don't really care for a video, or like you're like browsing random crap on YouTube, then yeah, turn on ad blocker and be like, I'm gonna watch these. But if you found something that you like to watch and you watch them all the time and you want them to make more videos, turn it off. I mean, you help them out. If they're dicks about it and they make like every 7 minutes in an hour and a half long video is an ad, then they're just trying to screw you over, because it becomes less valuable to you because you are paying more of your time. And so it's not a good deal. It's not a good transaction. Though, once again, you're not actually spending any money for this ad, but you are spending your time. That's a cost. Like, it matters. Anyway, and then turn it back on again when you go randomly carouse. Support what you like. Once I have Cassius Oathkeeper tier 4 and Ikaya tier 4, what should I get from there? Oh, I don't know what Cassius's tier 4 is. Ikaya's tier 4 basically sums you up for the whole game. Work into Balder. Go learn how to play him with the constructs and the stones. Those are hilariously annoying lists. Yes, make terrain videos. I'm just building a table now and I need help. Or make it subscriptions or ads, not both. Or, Matt, my comment being here, you can do like a free section that is ads, and then have a subscription section that is no ads. And then, like, for example, I'm going to have, like, I'd say I in the metaphorical sense, because it's my example. I'll make a section that is $2 a month, and none of the videos you watch in it have ads. You can still watch the section that does have ads and the free ones, but there'll be like an X number of videos that only you can watch, and there are no ads on it. And then, in theory, you'd make videos on there that are more benefit than just the value of entertainment, which, while useful, and maybe someone will pay that, that's fine. But then you want to throw things in like how to build terrain, how to paint, how to do this, how to go there, this place we went to, this thing we saw, this new release model that no one else on the internet has seen yet, and we have a exclusive whatever. Like, that's something that's worthwhile, because it's something you get to find out about. Nate. Hey, Owen, my friends are getting into War Machine, and I'm wondering what army is closest to Infantry Guard list. Khador. The Winter Guard are basically Imperial Guardsmen. Only difference being that they're really good in the game. So imagine Imperial Guard, who are, like, really tough to kill, really powerful, can shoot things accurately, but if you don't buff them up with anything, they just die in droves. And that's basically how it goes. And they even look like them, and they act like them, too, because Khador's got a whole Russia, Scandinavia type vibe, sort of like a lot of sections of the Imperial Guard do, where it's just like, Commissar, wave after wave. Pro tip for terrain. Terrarium rock formations for lizards is the most cost-effective terrain you'll ever find. Terrarium rock formations. Oh, I see what he means. Yeah, like, if you're looking into, like when you go to get a pet lizard and you want to get some rocks for your lizard to chill on, because they soak up heat and they live off it and all that jazz. I don't know, I've never had a lizard. Anyway, you can go pick up those at like your local PetSmart, which he's probably going to say. Yep, your local pet store should have a lot of variety. There you go. You can make terrain out of anything. Like I said, I am going to be making a number of terrain videos in the next couple weeks. Unfortunately, I'm going to Adepticon, so it won't be in the next week at least, probably the next 2 to 3 weeks, which will be focused entirely around filming at Adepticon and then editing from Adepticon. And then after that, it's going to go back to the usual live show, battle report, sit and talk, gaming, and then another section based on building terrain, or building tables, or building models. And that's what I would like to do. And yeah, so some of my videos will have ads, because who knows, maybe I can make this into a full-time thing and just make videos for you guys, sort of like what I was doing at Mini Wargaming. Unfortunately, not at Mini Wargaming, but I also have another job at the moment, which does kind of make it harder to do this. That said, I do spend a lot of my spare time doing this stuff. So, anyway, the moral of the story that I'm getting at here is support things you like. I'm going to make more videos, and more varied videos, and hopefully you'll support me when that comes up. Anyway, are you going to base those guys too? They are all based. All these guys are already based. You probably can't see it, but there's a base. Nope, it's because I have poor lighting in front of me. I could bring another lamp around and put it in front, and you might actually be able to see what I'm doing. But I'm lazy. Does anyone actually want that? Would anyone want a light here so you can see what I'm doing? Ah, I should do it. Chris would want me to do it. He'd be like, "What are you doing? Ah, you idiot." He'd be like, "You could have done this and it would have been so much better." And I'm like, "But I'm lazy." And he's like, "That's not an excuse." Anyway, blah 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 blah. Ta-da! They got bases. Little green tufts, little gray dirt. And that's how it works. First time I heard of Imperial Guard, I could only think Russian Red Army. Yeah, because I think that was what they were going for when they first started designing it. And I brought my drink, because I don't know how long this video is going to go for. Hey, you're not using a spray can. Chris should be happy with that. Spray can? I use spray cans all the time. Most of this paint scheme was just a spray can. No, it wasn't. It was all dry brushing. That was actually what it was. Almost my entire army was... Oh, that's another thing. I'm not a good painter, but I can tell you how to paint an army in a night. I have done that before. So, I could show you, like, this whole Menoth thing. The actual, like, time spent painting, 3 hours? Maybe 4? Tops? Because, I mean, like, and they look semi-reasonable. I mean... This is basically tabletop quality. It's got a number of different colors on it. It's got some highlighting and shading. Oh, wait, the camera's over there. He's based. He looks just really dark from the camera's point of view, but if I can get the lighting on him the right way, you can see all the gold and silver. And, yeah, off he goes into the little war zone. I hear something. I think it's a vacuum. My Russian roommate. But anyway. Doop doop doo. Oh, and be creeping like a ninja Tau. That's not even a thing. Don't talk like that. Watch me drink Coke in live time. Live speed. Regular speed. Live. Forget it. I don't even care. Don't even care. Gotta paint the base on this guy too. Might as well, because I brought him out. White line. Thankfully, the gargantuan bases come with a little groove of where the arc is, so it's that much easier to paint it on. I would like it if they did that on the little bases. So, Privateer Press or Charles, if you end up getting that job, which I really hope you do. If you hear this, you should totally put that word in. That you should spend. I would be willing to spend the extra like 10 cents or whatever it would come down to on the consumer level if it meant that all my bases had little grooves for where the arcs were and I didn't have to paint them. That would be so cool. Or even that like they were blatantly obvious, so even if someone hadn't... Oh wait, you're a medium, I can't do you yet. Even if someone hadn't, then you could at least do it right away. Same here. Yeah. Assuming he's talking about what I'm talking about. Which I doubt, because it probably hasn't caught up to there yet. But, no, what am I doing? Get down the little circle. Go. Paint, 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 paint. $60. What? $6.50. Six thigh. Whatever. Don't understand the comment, man. Don't make sense to me, man. So how should I go about making a Khador army? Like, what are the most units and casters? So you wanna make a Khador army. You're coming from 40k, you want to make a Khador army, you like Imperial Guards, you want to play like Imperial Guard. Well, the first caster you want to get is probably going to be Rusk. Technically, Sorsha is probably better, but Rusk is more of an Imperial Guard, like, Commissar, Lord type dude, which I think is cool. And Rusk gives tough to everybody within his command or control. I think it's command, which is just awesome. Then you're going to get a big unit of Winter Guard. Those are your Winter Guard infantry. And you get a Kovnik Joseph, or Kovnik Joe, or whatever his actual name is. And he's basically a solo that runs with them and gives the infantry a couple bonuses, or one of certain bonuses. They can either get bonuses to their to hit in the form of an extra die, or maybe boosted. He can make them fearless and tough, which you wouldn't need to do because they'd already be tough. And I think the other one is... I don't remember. But he's got 3 abilities, and those are at least 2 of those. And they're all really good, and it's really good, so you should bring it. Or you could go like a totally different way and bring Vlad, who has Signs Importance, where you basically add an additional die to attack and damage rolls and take away the lowest. And then you bring a whole bunch of Winter Guard Riflemen, which are the long-range version of the Riflemen, instead of like the grunt soldiers with the little hand cannons that get in close. They're like the sit back a little bit further grunt infantry who have the rifles that they're generally not good at using, but in large numbers they get work done. So basically you bring these guys, and then you just do these big combined ranges, and Signs Importance totally throws off your actual accuracy, so you end up hitting more than you should, based on what your rad is, because basically if you discard the lowest dice, you artificially increase how much you're going to actually roll. Like the average goes from 7 to like 9 or something. Unless I'm rolling, then you don't roll good ever, but that's neither here nor there. And that's also not even true. I roll good at random consistency. Usually I start the game rolling really bad, and then by late game it's just like, oh, boxcars again! Huh, look at that. Unless you watch one of my battle ports, in which you can see that I always roll bad. But that's that. What's the dates for Adepticon? Well, which day is tomorrow? April 6 to April 9. I'm leaving tomorrow morning to meet Jay, and then we're off to Adepticon to get Dan. Then we're going to a hotel. And then we're going to Adepticon the next day. And that's basically how that goes. Paint, 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 paint. My big Citadel case that's sitting on the couch back there is the box that all these little guys are going to be going in. I don't know why I'm painting these ones. I'm not even sure if I'm using them, because I keep saying I have my list decided, but I just want to use everything. And I can't. And it makes me sad. Because I want to. And I should be allowed to. Because Menoth. I should just get an extra 10 points every game. Why? No reason. But we should. I just think we should. Oh, Vilman already has arcs. Yay! Go to the pile. You don't have arcs, and you don't even usually get in play, but every now and then Vindictus makes your unit bigger than 10. And that makes me have to do it. I wish Vindictus had a spell sort of like Egaspy's Excarnate, where he could like kill a guy with it and make another zealot nearby. But unfortunately, we're not Cricks, so we don't get awesome one-shot spells like you can't cast spells or feat in my control, which is amazingly powerful in a doubles game. Because you just have him walk up and be like, okay, nobody can use their feats. And my teammate uses his feat, and now you die. And you can't counterattack. Yeah! Driving or flying? Jay and I are driving. Dan is flying. Because Dan's drive would be considerably longer than ours. And yeah, it's going to be OJ on the road. If I was older, that would be a reference that would be funny. Any suggestions for large cases? Personally, I like Battle Foam. They work quite well. They're a little bit expensive, but they work quite well. So I would certainly recommend them. The Citadel ones are not bad, but I find Citadel, like everything GW, is very expensive for what you get. And so I would just argue Battle Foam. Battle Foam, if you're out there watching this, let me know. I will support you. You would get bored winning if you had extra points. I get bored winning now. No, I'm kidding. I don't win very much. But, yeah, you probably would. I wasn't entirely serious about the whole, let's pointlessly make one army better than the rest. Who do we think we are, GW? But, yeah. Where is it at? Where is Adepticon? It is at Chicago, or in Chicago. It's actually in, like, Lumberg, I think it is. Give me a moment and I can bring up the address. Because distractions are nice, away from the whole painting. Open that to a new screen. Click, click, clickety, clack, click. Adepticon. Why is Bing my search engine? Ho ho! We gotta fix this before we do anything else. Settings. Search. Conduit search engine. Google. You fools. There we go. Actually, Adepticon is on April 3rd, because I'm an idiot. Yeah, it's Weston Lombard Yorkton Center. Yorktown. Yorktown. Tabletop Manager's board game played in beautifully realized, customized battlefields and tiles system. Ooh, what is this? Gauging and struggle control over an ever-shifting landscape, battle zones, new terrain from Mantic Games, last-minute events. There's the Space Hulk Live Infestation LARP. Oh man, I gotta do that on Saturday for only $15. I'm going to be a Tyranid. Oh wait, you have to provide their own power armor. Never mind. And apparently I need health insurance. Meh. Could be spyware or Internet Explorer. No, I use Google Chrome, but it's not spyware. What else we got here? Bombers over the Sulphur River Team Tournament. The Orcs have returned to destroy more bridges. They just really hate bridges. Take control of Orc Fight-A-Bomber or an Imperial Thunderbolt Interceptor Squadron and battle for dominance over the skies. Teams will consist of 4 players playing as either Orcs or Imperials. Each team member should bring 1 squadron with applicable upgrades. It's $80 entry fee on Friday and Saturday. That is a 10-hour event. Woo-wee! Yet it's only 7 hours on the Saturday. Weird. Modeling for advantage. Want an edge on your opponent? Want to win more games and dominate your local game store? This hobby seminar is for you. 2-hour class, you'll learn how to take advantage of game mechanics, improper basing, fire arc abuse, and width height manipulation. All with the devious and subtle goal of stealth in mind. Your opponent will never know it hit them. Wow. I'm gonna have to go to that. So basically this guy Greg Sparks, it looks like, is doing a seminar for 2 hours on Thursday there, late at night, teaching people how to build their models in such a way that they'll get a disproportionate benefit based on how they're posed. For example, I've played against a guy who brought the Chaos... what is it called? Defiler. I don't know how that lost my mind. But he's bringing it. He brought a defiler, and everyone knows what a Land Raider looks like, where they're these big boxes and they're about this tall and they're hard to see behind. He modeled his defiler so its gun was higher up and could see over the back of the tank, and then walked it behind the main tank the whole game, so he could shoot while sitting behind the tank. And it was just cheesy as hell. And there's a seminar now. There you go. Bring your games, bits, models, and pieces at Adepticon. The game room buys it all. They're buying stuff? Huh. Well, that's neat. Game room will be open. Apparently you can trade in 24/7 all week long and get new stuff and get rid of stuff. Ooh, game mats. Those are cool. Exciting news from the Black Library. Adepticon talks. Anvil 8. Warhammer 40k Champions and Masters is off to Mexico. Infinity Tournament Grand Prize. Ooh-wee. That is a fancy looking robot. The Army Charity Raffle Battle Foam. Charity Raffle. That's cool. Tickets are $1 each. There you go. How does that make sense? I have to refresh and log in again. I don't even know what you're talking about. Vendor Hall roster? Oh, here we go. Who's going to be there? Mantic, Secret Weapon, Ninja Division, Geek Nation, Forge World, DGS Games, Black Library, Badger, Technocraft, Battle Foam, Cool Mini or Not, Dice Head Games, Gale Force 9, Impact Miniatures, Marrow Production, Outlaw Miniatures, Smooth On, Wargamma, Battlefront, Demented Games, Figone, Game Room, Ironheart Artisans, Mercs Miniatures, Privateer Press, Spiky Bits, Winged Hussar Publishing. I like all of those names. Everything has gone zombie on the Privateer Press webpage. I'm not going to look at it. You said before you could have kneeling units and they would be harder hit. Yeah, you are actually able to do that. I have played against an Imperial Guard guy who brought an entire army of guys in the prone position, and thus basically every piece of terrain he argued was cover for his guys, simply because they were so small. And it's so obnoxious, but yes, it is, and I could have done it with my Tau, and it is all legitimate according to the way GW writes their rulebook, but I think it is silly. If the model is actually like bought, then yeah, that's fine. Pre-registration is closed. No longer handling requests for weekend badges, events, or refunds as we begin. Oh, good thing I got mine. Badger Airbrush returns. Woo! Badger's awesome. Airbrushing is sweet. Black Library, also good. I like their books. Warhammer 40k, reinforcements arriving. The official cutoff date for any new codices/supplements for Adepticon will be March 3rd. Huh, that's cool. I'm not playing in a 40k tournament. I'm playing in... Oh, also, there may or may not be very many videos of me in the actual War Machine Masters tournament, as I'm not going to be recording my games during it, because I kind of want to focus on, like, doing well. So, that's my thing. The 3 50-point lists in the Masters. 3 rounds total with large event scoring. Registration at 9 a.m., first pairing at 9:45, end time 5 p.m. I have to use that. Minimum number of people is 32. We've got lots, I assume. Oh, I'm going to get a Masters trophy if I win? That's awesome. I'm not going to win, but it'd be cool if I did. I'd be quite excited. Players participating in Masters 2014 event must bring their own models, stat cards, dice, measuring tape, and blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. token or template is not present, the effect is not present. Can't argue with that logic. Army list, 50 points. Yep, we're doing 50. 2 copies of their list with points costs. Yep, got it. Can't have more points than you have. Can't be off by more than 2. Can't have mercenary players use more casters from others. Modeling and painting, this is the one I wanted to know. Encourages to have fully painted are more interesting. Although painting is not required, players are encouraged to show off all aspects. Woohoo! I don't need to have a fully painted army! Must be privateer press miniatures from the War Machine or Horde's hobby lines. Miniatures must be fully assembled on appropriate sized base for which the model was designed. Oh, sorry Bruce, you're not part of the game. You're not going to be allowed to come to the tournament. Models that have not been released to the general public are not allowed at the event. Models... yeah. Extreme is allowed. Promotion of miniatures listed for table are now legal. Blah blah blah. Player's unit must clearly show which unit is the unit commander. Okay. Am I missing something? Does it not say arcs? Do I not have to paint these? Oh well. Sportsmanship is a good thing. Always be aware of sportsmanship. Any suggestions for what to bring in an escalation game when you're playing Tyranids with no Apocalypse models against an army that has Apocalypse models? Play better people. If they're not willing to not bring Apocalypse models, then they're jerks. But if you really need to try and find something to get around that, I honestly don't know the new Tyranid book good enough to tell you. The best thing I would recommend is what I knew from the old ones, which were Carnifexes. Wreck heavy vehicles pretty good. And if that doesn't work, bring like ridiculous numbers of basic troops and kill everything but the big things. Maybe that'll work for you. But unfortunately, I don't know what to tell you. Go buy something yourself. Or build one. In this upcoming video I have where we're going to build blank. Woo, none of my armies are painted. My army is mostly painted. I hate painting. I know it's part of the hobby, and a lot of people like it. And from time to time I really get into painting. But my Dark Elf army killed me for painting. And so, since then I've had no drive to paint anything. Now if they buy models at this event, maybe I can finally get rid of all those dwarves I have. Because I have no interest in dwarf army anymore. I used to, but the new codex, the models, just kind of fell out of favor. Careful. Ta-da! Yeah, Stabos are incredibly powerful for their points cost. I find that they really have the potential, if he rolls good, to just change the entire outcome of the game. And then, of course, they are relatively cheap. But at this point, I would almost argue that you should just let your Orc friend do it, because the Orc army is so badly handicapped against the newer codexes that it's incredibly difficult to win against some army lists. I mean, I'm not saying Orcs can't do it, I'm just saying anyone who's going up against Orcs and knows what they're doing and has the models to do it is going to basically just wreck you. Because they'll just build around you and kill you that. I like painting large models. That's it. Yeah, I don't like painting the same thing again and again and again. Though that's why I've kind of developed my own systems of swiftly painting large numbers of the same model and that's why I've been able to paint these models so quickly. And at some point I might do like a painting tutorial on just quick, simple paint jobs and how to do it, and what I've been doing anyway, to get half-decent tabletop models out and done just to get it over with. But I haven't made that video yet, and won't be making it for a couple weeks. Oh man, I would love to get a Masters trophy. That would be so cool. I saw one because there's another Masters event that I'm signed up for up in May. That it's this big like hammer thing. Oh, there you go. So how do you paint an army in 4 hours? Really, I'm not a huge fan of painting models either, but I really hate playing with just prime models. Yeah, it's a problem I have. Like, I like painted models, but I hate painting models. So it's like, what do I do to get this done faster? And so I've just, like, slowly figured out ways to use, like, basic highlighting and dry brushing and, like, simple basing to paint them really quick and have them still come out looking half decent. And it literally just turns into, like, next, and then you go back and you're like, okay, new color on the brush, and do the same thing again, and that's all it takes. But yeah, I'll do that in the future. I'm sure somebody would like to see that. Maybe that's what I'll throw in my my subscription section. Be like, here, learn how to spend $5, and I will teach you how to paint in 4 hours, 50 miniatures. And then somebody won't get them painted in that much time, and they'll be like, you lied! You made it up! I want money back! I paint like fantasy for all my lists, and I paint the front line and base coat the rest. Yeah. And the guy in the front, he's all that matters. We can't do that in War Machine. Everybody matters. You never know who's going to be the front line or the last man standing. It could be the front guy, and they just kill everybody in the back, or dude could die and come back. But no, I agree. I do that with... Well, actually, that's not even true. I don't even paint my fantasy guys anymore. After those Dark Elves, when I painted like 140 of them in a week, I was like, nope. I'm done painting for the next 6 months. It's been almost a year now. Painting took me out of 40k. Yep, I'd believe it. Painting took me out of a lot of the games for a little while. You can still play when you just... I like building. Like, I love building and customizing my guys to an extent. Like, I didn't like Sloane, how her gun was facing up in the air. So I, like, remodeled it so she's got it, like, across her chest and is holding it like a normal person would hold a rifle in a war zone-ish. And then, like, Thyra and Fiora and everyone else who's gotten 5 caster kills all has wings now. Alright. Well, apparently there isn't anything here about having... Or I'm just not seeing it, which I don't really want to read this in detail. But moral of the story is Masters is a thing. I'm looking forward to it. There's going to be so many game places here. It's going to be awesome. I'm so excited to go to this event. I'm going to spend like days doing just different things. So good. Can I have your dwarves? No, I don't think I'm just gonna give those away. I think I'm gonna go and bring them to this game room thing and get rid of them there. But I'll do more giveaways in the future. But unfortunately, just not right now. How about this? If we can get the numbers, the subscribers on this channel up to like 5,000, I will give away a model that is at least $100 from any game type, whatever one gets voted up. If we can do that, I will do some kind of bigger giveaway. Cool? We all agree? That's a safe thing? Because then I can use basically whatever money the channel happens to be making to buy it for everybody. So we're all just going to steal from the ad companies that put ads on this channel. So it's like, alright, here's the deal, guys. We all watch the ads, and then we use that money to buy models off those ads, and then we just do random giveaways. So it's like a mutual team effort to just take money from ad agencies. I like it. I mean, I guess the money does technically go to me, and then I have to choose to do it, but, come on, guy. You can trust me. I've changed. That's actually a really funny way to think about it. I haven't actually thought of it like that. It's all just a big ploy to steal money from companies. Oh well. Do you have a dwarf named Bomber? Nope. I don't know what the Hobbit is. I have a dwarf named Bofer. So like another 3,000 in subs. Yeah, we're miles away from there. Then again, it has been growing pretty quick. I've been looking at the numbers here as more and more of these videos come out, and as more of you guys keep showing up. I mean, look at right now. We got 27 people watching this show. That's double what we had or triple actually what we had the first week. But I guess that's what happens when you just do things consistently, and when people are silly enough to want to listen to what I have to say. That's okay. Everybody makes mistakes. You guys will learn. Sad face. Yeah, it's a little ways to go. But hey, it's not that far. I mean, in theory, tomorrow. But unlikely. One of my videos will just go viral. I need a cat just so I can record it. That's what we do. Or I'll go record, like, an alien greeting. I mean, that's like one of the most popular things on YouTube. If it's not cat videos or babies, it's like aliens and conspiracies. So if you get like those in there, you're good. So I'm going to do a recording of me meeting aliens. Yep. Have you ever played Infinity? I played like a starting thing of Infinity. Matt was going to teach me how to play it when I was still at Mini Wargaming at the time. But then we just didn't ever again. So, yeah. Because he wanted me to learn how to play so I could do battle reports on it. But then he didn't anymore. So I didn't. And that was that. I didn't really mind. I had enough on my plate. I was doing War Machine, Fantasy, and 40k. And I'm like, I don't need to try and remember another new army thing when I don't even have a full understanding of each of the factions in this one right now. But I more or less do at this point. Except for maybe the new 40k stuff. I don't know it like I know the old 40k stuff. Simply because I didn't play as much of it by the end there. I was playing basically only Fantasy and War Machine. And then I started really liking both of those games. So, that's how it goes. What? Blaze does not agree. I'm telling you, aliens and cats. You need one of those two things. Those will get you the views. Paint. Comment lag. A baby cat alien conspiracy? All baby cats are aliens. You heard it here first. I have no understanding. Or all those baby cats that the cats eat, which is a thing, those were aliens. That's why the cat had to eat it. And yeah, there is a relatively large comment lag. Do a cat alien conspiracy video and you'll get subscribers. So we just keep forgetting mistakes, so we keep coming back. Yep, sounds like humans. How can you handle 40k rules Nazis? How do I handle 40k rules Nazis? For the most part, just go with it. I mean, when you play a game and you have someone who's like a really like stickler, like measure every inch and do all that, yeah, it slows the game down, but to be fair, I mean, as much as we want to hold it against them, that is technically the way the game is supposed to be played. You can try and argue like, look, buddy, well, you're just trying to have fun here, don't worry about it. But I find often rules Nazis, like the term, to explain that to people who don't know what we're talking about, it's basically someone who's very, like, The whole idea of grammar Nazi is where it came from, where everything has to be perfectly done and this is the correct method and you have to do it this certain way. I find those people tend to lean towards being power gamers and wanting to really win regardless. So you'll find that they'll be very much like, you have to do all your things perfectly, but if you call them out on anything they do, they just get angry at you and they're like, it doesn't matter, this is just the way it is. Like, if you're gonna be like that, we're just not gonna have a good game. And it's like, dude, you're doing it to me. And it's like, no, you don't understand. Like, I can't even. You're cheating. And that's basically what happens. So I find often it's just like, okay, we will play perfectly by the rules, and I will call you out if you call me out, and we'll see who wins. Sometimes I'll lose, sometimes I'll win, but that doesn't matter, because when I play 40k, it is just silliness anyway. I need to do one of these 4 medium bases. But that's how I deal with it. Keyber, yay, cooler time for me! Such as it is. I don't even know what we're doing. We're just sitting here while I'm painting arcs, because I've got to go to Adepticon tomorrow. What do you think of the removal of cool little articles and stuff on the GW website? They were on there a while ago. I don't actually know what you're talking about, so I'm not going to say what my opinion is, because I don't remember cool little articles on GW's website. Not saying they weren't there, I'm just saying I don't remember. Where'd that magic card go I was using as a ruler? Oh well. Boop. Okay. I was thinking of the mistake to come here. Yep. And you made it. I've zoned out there for a little bit. I love to paint my dwarves in Skaven. Then you, sir, are a special case, because nobody loves painting Skaven. I'm sure you guys knew about them. It's entirely possible. I just don't know what you're talking about. I was thinking of the mistake to come here. I've been playing a guy who just tried to pick out certain parts of the rules, completely out of context. Yeah, that's rules Nazi. Like, that's the kind of person who's like, this is this, and then you go, wait, well, no, you're wrong. That's not the case. And then you have to debate with them, and it takes time, and then the game slows down, and it's less fun, and then you're like, I don't want to play that person again. And they don't want to play you again, because you called them out on their nonsense. But that's just the way it is. Okay. So random question, do you play Magic? Not really. I mean, I have a Magic deck. This is one of the cards. Woo! Is it good? What does it do? Smite the Monstrous. Destroy target creature with power 4 or greater. Bam! But, no, if anyone who plays Magic... God, I don't know anything about Magic. I've played it. I've played it in a very like friendly and non-competitive format where we were just like trying to figure out what we were doing while we were playing, and like I'm sure we made tons of mistakes, but I never really got into Magic because I couldn't do the whole trading card game thing. Actually, no, I couldn't do the edition surge. How like every 6 months my cards felt like they were out of date. Apparently they're like really good at it now though, but I don't know. I couldn't do it. And then whoever plays Magic is going to be like, no, it's not even, you don't even know what you're talking about. It's not even like that. And then I'm like, yeah, I know. I just said I don't know what I'm talking about. Don't listen to me. But, yeah, I'm just not into it. To each their own. It's a fun game. It seemed interesting. I'm not into it right now. My friend wants to start a 40k army and would like to know the best starter armies based on fluff. I don't know. What do you like in fluff? Do you want to be the good guys? Do you want to be the bad guys? Do you want to have lots of dudes? Do you want to have like super soldiers? Do you want to be an alien? Do you want to be a human? Do you want to be like what do you want? What based on fluff? That doesn't mean anything. It's whatever fluff appeals to you. Derp derp. Yes, and by the fact that he uses only one as a rule, I'm guessing he has in the past. Yeah, I would assume that I would have played Magic at some point. Yep. There we go. Ah! No! Get back on the line! Okay. Do you think either Warhammer will be more like War Machine, or is that not possible or likely? It makes no sense for Warhammer to try and be like War Machine. It does make sense for Warhammer to try and balance their own game system. That certainly makes sense. But for Warhammer to try and be the same type of game as War Machine, because then they're basically trying to do what another company has already done at that point, and they're going to be playing catch-up with rules and such that are not going to be as refined as War Machine will. Not only that, people who like 40k for the way 40k is and dislike War Machine for the way War Machine is, they'll lose those people. I guess it's true that you'll gain the people who like War Machine for the way it is, but those people already like War Machine, so why would they switch to another game that's just trying to be like their own game? No, what makes sense is for Warhammer to try and, like, fix itself so that all of its codexes are more or less up to date. Like, they're doing good now. I like the monthly thing. It's a great improvement. And now they just need to fix their rulebook, where there's not 6 pages of errata, and the FAQs are not answered with roll off to see who goes first. Like, that's not a good enough answer. That's what Warhammer needs to do, and then Warhammer will be a great game, in theory. And lower the barrier of entry, but that's just personal opinion. I guess it's all personal opinion. But that one I find is a big deal, because it's hard to talk someone into coming to play this game when it's going to cost them like $700 to try and get into it. I already painted the arcs on these guys, and that's awesome, because then I don't have to do it right now. Doop doo. You don't even know, Owen. 40k. All good guys. They are all evil. He wants lots of killing. Brutal and awesome murder. And play Chaos. Or Guard. It's funny, because it's the other way around. Owen, do you like anime at all? Yeah, kinda. I liked Attack on Titan. I watched that. There are times. I don't know. It's one of those, like, I'll spend a lot of time watching. For example, I've been watching the new Cosmos series by Neil deGrasse Tyson, as well as I was watching a number of debates between Christopher Hitchens as well as Richard Dawkins, with numbers of different of people on both religious and social topics. And then at the same time, like later that night, I'll watch like Family Guy or Futurama. So I don't know. That's just whatever's appealing to me at the moment. So I guess I could say I watch pretty much everything. Oh, and then I go watch Game of Thrones, because Game of Thrones. Let him be a zombie robot that normally gets people into an army. Except for the Mighty Tau and their ethereal mind control. Yep. Doesn't matter about race. They're all the same. I think you could argue that 40k has no good or bad guys, just varying degrees of how you kill for basically the same reason. It's true. But the way they are portrayed in the fluff often will reflect where they actually stand. For example, you never hear about Tyranids valiantly defending something. Same with Necron and orcs. Like you never see the those base virtuous type things. Things like you don't see like purity and like honor and such and such. It's true you find it in snippets in the other factions, but I mean, for every Flesh Terrors that goes crazy and like eats people in the Space Marines, there's the Salamanders who are like, we're gonna protect the helpless and save the young people and blah blah blah. Whereas you don't get that in like any other faction. Yeah, so that's That's basically what I think of that. There are good factions just because they are personified, or they take the things that we as people generally consider as good. And I have to use the word generally because some people are insane. But, no, I don't like this. You fail, magic card. The see-through thing wins out as what's the better one for measurement. I think you could argue that 40k... Okay, I read that one. I have a friend who always bends rules for him, and he has to play demons. It makes me mad. Yeah, no, and there are people like that. And the way you have to deal with that, I find, the best way to deal with it, if you still want to play with them, and usually you do, I mean, you don't want to not play with your friends. It's a social game. It's what you want to do, right? The way I recommend dealing with it is simply let them. Let them bend the rules a little bit. Or failing that, just kind of really know the rule book. So when they try and bend the rules, you can simply call them out and go, no, wait, sorry, if we go to page 72, section 5, you're wrong. And then when they go, no, I'm not, and you go, wah! You're wrong. The only problem is 40k, you can't really do that, because 40k doesn't have anything close to a decisive understanding rulebook. But it does help. It does certainly help you out in your cause. What would the best way to balance Warhammer, or where should they... Oh, man. How would you balance Warhammer? So, I am going to take a few things from War Machine. Not that Warhammer should become like War Machine, but the way War Machine does some things, I think, would be a great start. So, firstly, they should make a step-by-step process in which all things in all factions work in. So we all know that it's move, shoot, and assault, and then assault is determined based on highest initiative. So what we're going to do is, in the back of the book, there's the turn sequence, where you go, okay, turn 1, move. And then before that even happens, or sorry, no, it doesn't even work like that. The turns work where it's like reserves, psychic phase, turn, movement, shooting, assault. And so you'll have to do it where it's like all effects in psychic powers that are defensive happen first. So you cast all your blessings first, then you cast all of your maledictions, then you roll for reserves, then you bring reserves onto the table, then you move models who have movement effects, and then you move remaining models, and then you go into shooting phase, where any effects that happen at the beginning of the shooting phase happen first. Then you have units do their shooting. Then you do whatever other effects that may come up for shooting. Then you have the assault phase, and you say, okay, all effects that decrease initiative happen first. Then all effects that increase initiative happen second. Then you have... And then you use the bedmiss, like brackets, I can't even think of it, brackets, exponents, division, multiplication, addition, subtraction, in the order of addition and subtracting stat lines. And then you fight combats. And that would be the starting point. Like, I would clearly identify when everything happens. Because right now it's all just kind of a blur, like, at the beginning of the phase. The hell does that mean? Like, does that mean I can summon my guys from reserve and then cast spells on them? Well, no, because it's technically first, but nobody really knows because it's not clear in your book. But it was fact. Like, no, make it so that this is a key part of your game. This is how the game plays. It can look really complicated, but it can go by really quick if everyone just has a clear understanding of what it is. Because not all of those steps you'll have to hit. Like, you won't... For example, if two guardsmen are battling it out in close combat, you don't need to worry about psychic powers, you don't need to worry about movement, you don't need to worry about shooting, none of the things that proc in those abilities happen. The adding stat, removing stat, none of those matter. All you have is just like the initiative, stab. And that's where I would start. There you go. How long are you going to stream until? I have to go for a bit, and I'm wondering if I should just stay for a bit or come back later. I don't know how long I'm going. I still got a bunch more guys to do. So until I'm done these guys, probably. You just gained a lot of respect for liking Attack on Titan. Yeah, high five for liking Attack on Titan. Everybody loves Attack on Titan. I loved it. I liked it. I kind of is starting to get silly. Like, as I finished up to... I don't even want to say anything because I might spoil it for somebody who's going to watch it. I finished up to what they have done now. and it just seems a little ridiculous. Like, those first, like, 7 episodes were great. I loved them. And then everything started getting ridiculous. And then I'm like, oh, okay, it's fun, it's still awesome and cool, and I like how they're, like, flying all over the place, but it's just a little, like... I guess power scale would be a good thing. Like, all animes that I've ever watched, and even a lot of shows that I've watched, or movies for that matter, have a weird sense of power scale, where at the beginning of the movie, the main guy, or the beginning of the show, gets in a fight with, like, some grunt somewhere. Actually, you know what's a good example of this? Dragon Ball Z. When I was a kid, I watched Dragon Ball Z. Let's look at Dragon Ball. And, like, people were, like, afraid of guns because they'd, like, kill you. Now let's look at Dragon Ball Z. By the end of Dragon Ball Z, they were, like, blowing up planets and, like, changing reality, and, like, they died and come back, and, like, there's no relation anymore. You don't just have, like, a powerful guy who can, like, get past because he's, like, smart/lucky. You have, like, this god being who's just, like, beyond mortal understanding because he's died and come back and blows stuff up and does all kinds of crazy abilities. And it's just like, I don't even... There's no way to be into that because, like, I don't even know. Anyway, that's my rant on most things. But I would watch Attack on Titan. I recommend it. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. I mean, I'm sure you can find it somewhere on the internet. Actually, it's on Netflix now. That's where I watched it, because it was on Netflix. But, yeah, power scale became an issue. Where you see guys like Levi, and then you see guys like a normal person. And it's like, how is that even a thing? Like demons, for instance. They are the good guys, and Chaos Marines are just misunderstood. Yeah, basically. What's a good list building strategy in general? Or what's your favorite strategy? My favorite strategy words are good, in list building, is to build a list that is skewered in such a way that, like, War Machine does it really well as far as their stats are concerned, because you'll see things like multiple list format tournaments where you'll sit down and show your opponent, these are my lists, and you'll see his lists, and you'll quietly go, okay, I'm going to use my list 1. He's like, I'm going to use list 2. And you don't show each other and you go, haha, what list are you using? So you build lists that your opponent is just terrified of right from the get-go, where it's like either insane numbers of infantry, and then the other list is a giant number of heavy jacks. Build your 40k list not to anticipate anyone. Build it so they have to anticipate you, and that they have to be, like, terrified that they're going to have to go up against that guy who brought, like, 17 tanks or 150 million infantry, and that's how I play. Like, when I go out and do a tournament and I've got E-Krios and Harbinger, and they're both tier 4, and E-Krios brought 78 weapon masters and Harbinger brought 8 heavy jacks. My opponent basically rolls a dice and hopes he gets the right army, or else I kill him. Or I get killed if he brought the right army. And that's just the way I like doing it. So that's my strategy, if that's what you meant by strategy. Make your opponent afraid of what you're going to bring. Don't be afraid of building for your opponent. Doop doop doo. Hello all, how you doing? 40k rulebook is open for interpretation. Yep, it is. Favorite army fluff-wise? I assume you mean in 40k, because everyone talks about 40k. So my favorite 40k fluff-wise army is probably the Imperial Guard, and mostly when they're fighting against Tyranids. So there you go. That's my favorite as far as the 40k armies. I haven't seen Attack on Titan yet. Good, I'm glad I didn't spoil that then. You should go watch it. What would it take for 40k fluff to progress past 40k? It will. It will not. All 40k is a setting. It's no longer become a story. More credit for DBZ. I didn't watch all of Dragon Ball Z, mind you. I got to, like, I don't even remember now. But I just know it got ridiculous. Bleach is somewhat the same. Why I liked Gundam a little more, even though I meant Gundam Wing. Never really watched Bleach. I know of it. I watched a bit of Gundam Wing when I was a kid. Once again, when I was younger, I watched it. They had the same problem, where it starts off where it's like, there's an enemy Gundam. What are we gonna do? And he's like, oh well, we'll deal with it. And he, like, struggles and beats it. And then the end of the show, he's like, laser beams, destroying armies. Nothing can stop me because I am the best. And it's like, really? Like, apparently the main character is just God amongst peons now. Yeah, another horse. Oh, and I meant 40k for the list. Yeah, well, it still works. Not sure how much experience you have with Infinity, but what faction do you most enjoy from that universe? I don't even know. I'm not gonna... I don't have very much experience, so I'm not gonna say which one I like. The only ones I liked were from, like, purely aesthetic reasons, because, like, the Celts look cool. Like, that's the answer you're gonna get. I like the kilted guys, because I'm Scottish. Ah, there you go. This guy wasn't on the lines. It's gonna ruin everything. There we go. And no one finished DBZ. Well, there you go. No one finished it. 'Cause everyone was like, this is getting stupid, and they stopped paying attention. And then the show probably just slunk off into the corner and died somewhere. How's life? Well, it goes. Friends are pretty cool. One of them's coming back from South Africa this weekend, but unfortunately I'm in Adepticon. The other one's her birthday this weekend, and I'm in Adepticon, so I'm not going to either of those. Me and my girlfriend broke up a week and a half ago or so. And, yeah. That's basically what's happening right now. Hours are getting a bit cut at work, so I'm going to be putting more time into this channel, as well as looking for more work, probably. And that's basically how life's going right now. And that's how it is. Doop 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 doop. Paint, paint, paint. My white is starting to dry. Whee! Give it a little bit of a shake here. Lazy shake. Rolling it around. Ugh. I feel like I need to take a break from this, but I know I can't take a break because I need to get it finished. And it makes me sad that that's what I'm stuck doing. Because I want to play League of Legends right now. Oh my gosh. Look at that big chunk of paint. Oh my gosh. Oh no. Blurp. Oh, I've been playing so much Warcraft 3. That's not entirely true. But I love Warcraft 3 Frozen Throne. I've been playing that. Sorry to hear about the girlfriend. No, no, no. Don't be sorry about that. That was... yeah. It wasn't something to be sad about, basically. This was the answer that should have come a long time ago, but I don't really want to get into that, so that's how we're going to do. Is it difficult to make battle reports? I was going to try doing battle reports for the hobby store down here. The thing about battle reports, the difficulty you'll find is, one, there is a thing you have to learn. Like, you want to have a good understanding of the game, because you don't want to have somebody who tries to make a battle report about something they don't understand, because then it turns out just like he did something somewhere. The other one is the big thing you have to do is slow down and assume that nobody knows what the hell is going on. I've been having trouble with it, because once you start playing a game, like if I sit down to play Warhammer or War Machine or Fantasy, I can just be like, I know what I'm doing, and I can go, move, 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 he does that, shoots arrows, blah, 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 they do an assault, whatever the case may be. Whatever the case may be. But when you have to record it, you need to kind of take that step back and go, okay, what happened here? Why did that happen? What did he do to make that happen? And then explain to somebody else. And then you have to stop between every turn. It really breaks the flow of the game. So it does feel more like work than it does playing, but at the same time, it is just great fun. And not only that, you do get to show your experience and introduce more people to the game by putting it online, which I think is the one thing that I really like doing, because it is something I love to do. I love playing these things, and I have armies of them hiding in all the corners of this room, in the most literal sense. There's high elves over there, there's dwarves and stuff over there, and dark Eldar. There's dark elves over here, and there's Scorn in that corner too. That corner. I mean, I've got it, and it's just I enjoy it. So I would recommend it. If you haven't made a battle report and you do have like a half-decent camera, and I'd recommend HD. I don't think you can not get an HD anymore. Get an HD camera, preferably one that has a built-in microphone. If you don't want to buy like a super mic, which if you're just trying this out, I wouldn't recommend it. Don't record it on a cell phone. That's just obnoxious. But other than that, I mean, I think YouTube's built-in editing software could basically help you walk through it, and they'll set you up. And just try it out. If you don't like doing it, then don't do it. That's how it works. So no, I wouldn't say it's hard to do a battle report. I would just say it is something, it's different. It's something to learn. There is a little bit of a curve there that you gotta teach. And of course you have to get comfortable in front of a camera. And there are times when I'm like not sure of myself, and when I like, for example, the one day, the Saturday after I had a bunch of people over and I was supposed to have a live show in the afternoon, and I'm like, I don't feel good, but I want to get on camera, and then I feel a little bit nervous at the beginning of the camera because I'm not 100%, but then it kind of goes away. Or when you're first starting out and you're like, nervous, don't want to say anything wrong and let people see that I don't know what I'm doing, and then eventually you just get comfortable and you're fine again. Just like any other social thing. You get a job where you're in customer service or where you deal with somebody, the public, on a regular basis. It takes time to get used to it. No different. No different at all. Having done that. Oh man. Sucks about the girlfriend, difficult to make battle reports. Any tips for new painters? I am a crappy painter. Don't listen to me about painting. The best I can do is I can tell you to go over to Mini Wargaming, subscribe to the Vault, and watch Chris paint. He has tons of quick tips and painting tutorials, and he will teach you how to be a good painter. In the future, I may do videos on how to paint quickly, but they will certainly not be paint jobs you're going to be like, yeah, look at this, look at that, look at how amazing that is. You're not going to get that from me. Are you excited for Heroes of the Storm? I'm not particularly excited because I am a League player, and every time I try and play another one of those MOBAs, I just don't care. Like, I don't even play Dota, and it's just like, how do you not play Dota? We play League. You play League. It's better League. And then you go, no, it's not. It's just different League at that point. And they're not even that different because they both ripped each other off so much. New League characters, or old League characters, are current Dota characters, and new Dota characters are old League characters. And that's my argument, and probably not even true. I'm kind of just making that up. Why did you leave the painting to the last night? Also, I still go back to Warcraft 3 every once in a while. Why did I leave the painting to the last night? Because I'm an idiot. That's why. I've been saying all week, like I think I've told probably everyone that I played in the last week as I tried to get like practiced up for this, that I still need to do it, and the reason I left it to the last minute is because I hate painting so freaking much that I just didn't want to do it. And so that's why. That's why we're here. Why did you leave the painting? Oh yeah. Maybe switch over to League of Legends live stream. Not trying to be a bad influence at all. We might do that. I may very well play a bit of League once I finish. Oh god, there's so many of them. Once I get through more of this. That's okay, Jay's driving. I can sleep in the car. No, you don't ever do that. If you're ever on a road trip with somebody, or even if you're just driving with someone, don't ever be the passenger who goes to sleep, because it's a dick move. The guy who's driving has to be awake. You should have to be awake. I mean, back when I was in the Army, and we had been away for a number of weeks up on a training course, and the last week there, everyone had been awake for probably 4 days solid, and we start to head back, and the one guy's driving, and the other guy's in the... And he said the same thing that I just said. He's like, nobody else gets to sleep because I don't get to sleep. If I have to drive and be awake, you all have to stay awake and keep him awake. And I'm like, alright, that makes sense. So I'm sitting in the back seat, and the other guy's sitting in the back seat, and then we've got one guy sitting in the front passenger seat. And we're on the highway, and it's in the middle of the night, so it's like 3 o'clock in the morning, so we're putting along at like 120 or so. The kilometers, not miles. For those of you who don't know the conversion, it's like 80 miles. 75, 80 miles. And so we're going along, and the one guy in the passenger seat has fallen asleep at this point. And we notice, and the driver notices, and he's like, all right, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to lower my voice. This is what we're going to do. I'm going to slam on the brakes, and everybody scream. And of course that's exactly what we did. The other guy woke up because all of a sudden the car that had been going nice and quickly along the highway suddenly slammed on its brakes, and everyone in the back seat and front seat started screaming like we're going to be in an accident. And he was terrified and learned his lesson about sleeping on the drive. All I have is a cell phone. Yeah, don't do a battle report on a cell phone. Nobody's going to have any idea what's going on, and it's going to be really hard to film. So I would wait then and save up until you can buy even a cheap camera. I mean, like a $200 video camera. Might be able to find one even cheaper. I wouldn't go for anything less than $200, but if you do find one cheaper, then try it out. Or borrow a camera from somebody. I'm sure somebody somewhere has a video camera that you can borrow for a few hours. Be right back. Food is calling. Food's legitimate. What do you think of the Warhammer 40k card game? I don't even know. I know they made that like board game thing, and that looked neat, but I haven't played it, so I don't want to say what I judge of it because I haven't done it to judge it, and I don't know enough about it. Agreed on the passenger sleeping. Dick move. Yep. Play with us one day. Play what? Play League? Or play like Warhammer? I'm confused. That's not even a reference, so I don't know what he's talking about. Try not sleeping on a 9-hour drive from Toronto to Columbia. I drove from here to St. Louis, and that's 16 hours. I've driven from here to Florida, and that's a 24-hour drive. So, what up? What do you want to do? Are we going to do this? Because it's a competition. Because everything's a competition, apparently. I don't know why I did that. I take it back. You can sleep on whatever drive you'd like. You're in the Army? We need to learn about you, dude. There's all kinds of random factoids that I don't talk about. Yeah. Gonna paint this base. That was like Jay. It became like his goal when I was still at Mini Wargaming, and he kept wanting to find out more and more. Like the fact that Jay and I, our birthday is the same day. Random fact. And I mean, I know that whole thing, it's actually likely out of like a group of like 30 people that they'll have birthdays on the same day, somebody in the group. But it's still just amusing that random person met through random job happens to have birthday on the same day in a job that is an exclusive job. Like there's not a lot of like professional content producers, never mind that they're in the same area, so, and happen to be working at the same time in the same place. But that was just amusing. How much have you spent in total on tabletop games? Estimate. In the last 14 years, like, I don't even know. I can't ballpark a number here. Let's say like $7,000. That's $500 every 6 months for 14 years. That's say $80-ish a month. Oh man. So $20 a week. So basically, I bought a nice lunch every week for the last 14 years. In models. I have no idea if that's even an accurate number. I am totally just guessing, but I could see something along those lines, in theory. Doop doop doop. Play League. Oh. Have you ever heard of League of the Five Rings by AEG? Both card game and RPG. Nope, I have not. Not heard a word, never seen a picture. Play League with us one day. Okay. I play League all the time. I was playing League today. I'm not going to be playing League this week. Oh, we're almost done the cav. Last cavalry model. Clip Clop. And his horsey friends. I have no idea how I'm going to transport this guy. Like, how the hell do you put this guy in a case? Giant wings and stupidly big horse, and I have way too much water on my brush. Thin your paints. Thin your paints. Shut up, Chris. Can hear you from here. Ah, play League. Okay, yeah. No comments have come up. I can keep painting in peace. Wahaha. See that? Now I'm saying that all you guys are a distraction, which is what you are. But I'm okay with that, because I asked for it by inviting you to come out and do this. And then you made it happen by actually showing up. So, we're all at fault here. That's basically what I'm saying. We can share mutual guilt, which is not a good thing. I don't approve of it. I don't think if someone has something bad happen to them, and then you tell them about how something bad happened to you, that shouldn't make someone feel better. Doesn't make me feel better. Because then it's just like I also feel bad for you now. Like, shared misery is stupid. I don't approve of it. There's a random philosophical thing. Boop. David, Legend of the Five Rings is an Oriental/Japanese flavored collectible card game. Okay. I'm 0-2 with topics today. Infinity and L5R. I don't even know what L5R is. Thank you, David, for explaining what that game was. Would you ever like to play Black Crusade RPG or any other game like D&D? I'm in a, in theory, Pathfinder group. Like, I've really liked Pathfinder, but I only got to do it for like 5 weeks, and then everyone started not showing up anymore, and now we've been waiting. We've been on like a indefinite height. Oh no, I just broke his arm. I don't have any glue. Damn it. Well, if it broke from that, it was going to break anyway. No need to be feeling bad about it. I was in a Pathfinder group, and I loved it, and I was having fun with it, and I like playing the whole RPG, because I'm like a really big fan of the Baldur's Gate games, and like old school D&D stuff. But I just don't have anyone around, and I don't want to be the GM. So I don't want to like start a group and be like, hey, we need a GM, because that doesn't really work. If you're going to start it, you gotta be the dude who puts the most time in. But anyway, yeah, I do like it. I just haven't really. Boop. Is your arm gonna break too? No? Oh, you already have your arcs on. Oh, good for you. Get in the pile. I was thinking of joining the Navy, EOD. Fair enough. Would you ever play any other GW game? Battlefield Gothic, Blood Bowl. Obviously, you've played Space Hulk and Inquisitor. I always have wanted to play Battlefield Gothic. My Dwarf Blood Bowl team is sitting over there, because I was in a Blood Bowl league for a little while. And I have played Space Hulk quite a few times. I've nearly played the entire Space Hulk campaign twice. And Inquisitor, I have not played that. I heard that's like a D&D-esque game. Like, I sat there at Black Knight one day and I was just reading the Inquisitor book, but I haven't actually played it. The concept and name of that card game is based on a book by Musashi. Still don't know what you're talking about. I actually played the game about 16 years ago in the Bay Area. Went to a con for a demo, picked up 2 or 3 decks. They had family swords. Assume they're talking about that War of the Five Rings or something. I've already forgotten, because I have that kind of mind. No, I'm kidding. I know what you're talking about. Just being a jerk. Because I also have that kind of mind. Alright, once these last pile of dudes are done, we'll take a break and we'll play some League. Okay? Okay. Actually, we're going to go on a brief hiatus, actually, when these are done for probably a few minutes. Might even do that in a little bit here, and just kind of leave you guys with a commercial break. So I can stretch my legs and go to the washroom and all that fun jazz. Alright, you guys are... they don't need to be painted. We just established that. So I can bring Rupert, even though he is not even painted at all. Careful. There we go. Go join the pile. Creak. Creak. Racks don't need arcs. They don't have a front. Yay, League. Yes, League. And you can watch the new exciting version of League. You know what? I'm going to take a brief break and we'll play. Actually, no. Before we do that, I'm going to go to the washroom. So we're going to take a brief. You get to watch the Spinny Shield break. Then we'll do some League, and then I'll finish off these last few guys, and then we'll call it a night. So I will be back in just a moment. Stand by. And we are back. Hope everybody had a few moments there to go grab a drink and go to the washroom and grab a snack, whatever it may be. I see a few questions got asked here. What do you think of the tabletop games before you started playing them? I wandered into a GW shop when I was young, and I just remember seeing all the models there, mostly metal and very high priced. I saw it as expensive. The thing I found about gaming when I was young is I thought of them more like action figures. Because like when I started this game, I was like little. Not that little, but young enough to still be into like Lego. Who am I kidding? I'm still into Lego. But it'd be more like, haha, kind of thinking. Like Army Men. I don't know. That was how it was viewed. It was just another like toy that would be another option. And then you get older and you're like, oh, there's like mechanics and rules behind that. That wasn't even really older. It was just before I actually like played it. This is when I was first introduced to this game, is what I mean to say. David, my son and I may be getting into War Machine. How well do Crix stack up against Signar? He likes the Signar faction. I think the Crix models are very cool. They're both very good. Crix will be both at an advantage and a disadvantage playing against Signar. Gun mages are a very good counter to a lot of stuff that Crix tries to pull, but at the same time, Signar doesn't really stand up to when Crix wants to hit you. So, I would recommend it. They both play very differently. One of them really wants to assassinate you with spells and bring these like large numbers of infantry. The other side's got spell assassins as well, but they've also got very good jacks and very good elite infantry that are relatively expensive and can do a lot of cool stuff. So, both of those they're good. They stack up pretty well. But I agree that about all War Machine factions except for minions, who do not stack up very well against anything. When you say pile, are we talking about a single-digit number? I don't even know what you're referring to anymore. Matt, you're going to have to explain what that means, because I don't even remember. Just signing up for League now. I can refer someone if they give me their username. First come, first serve. Here, you can use my username. Wait, what was my username? Yes. There we go. L-I-N-E-I-N. No, type. Why is it an error? What do you mean try again? Post the comment. Alright, I think I have to refresh the page. Boop. Sign in. Why do I need to sign in? I'm the one hosting this event. That's kind of weird. How am I signed out? Why is it still going? That doesn't even make sense. Well, anyway, for those of you who want to add me onto the League of the Legends, that is my username. I'm gonna have to move some of this stuff. I can't even like get on my keyboard here. Also, if you are just starting League, you're not really going to be able to play with me today. One, because if you don't know any of the basics of the game, you're going to just get killed and slaughtered because I'm level 30. And two, because you have to go through all the training, which is a good training. I really like the training. Add game PvP client. I got a friend's request. Oh, Goliath Online. Goliath Online. Pile of models left to paint. Oh wait, I changed the screen. Ooh, I should just add myself to the screen too. That's what I'll do. Now you get to look at me. Jerks. What's a good size? That? We'll go like that. Pile of models left to paint. Quickly switch. Oh no, not the intro. That one. A literal pile of dudes. Also, if we're playing League, we're only playing the new crazy League. That's just how we do. Ultra Rapid Fire League. Who isn't level 30 on this game? Me! Oh, I figured out shortly after downloading. Oh well. That's okay. Gotta change that YouTube heading. It still is an Adepticon paint fest. I'm not changing that. I will invite my own teammates. Invite. Let's invite Goliath. And I already forget who else invited me, so I will just invite everyone. Boop. Ba-dum bum ba-dum bum. David's in a game. Why is it black screen? It shouldn't be black screen. Or is this before I click the button? Whatever, we're starting. Have you guys played this yet? Make sure you bring... Oop. Alright, so, in those of you who haven't played League of Legends, and haven't heard of League of Legends, which I assume means you've been living under a rock, here you have, at the beginning, now in this case we get to ban champions off the bat, characters who we don't want to be used in the game, for whatever reason we may have, and I'm the highest rank, actually I think it's just random now, it used to be ranked, but now it's just random. Oh yes, and we are of course on the North American one. Don't Brian Rise. Rise is gone. Deleted. Who do I want to ban? I want to ban Hikarum. Hikarum is nasty. Oh, I'm playing Teemo. Oh, Captain Teemo. Oh, Captain Teemo
on duty.
It's time for the captain. He's basically a small furry rodent. Think of him like Pikachu, only on shrooms. Which is funny, because that's what he does. He lays noxious mushroom traps. He goes like... Wait, Teemo places an explosive, poisonous trap using one of the mushrooms stored in his pack. If an enemy steps on the trap, it will release a poisonous cloud, slowing enemies and damaging them. You like my description of though? Anyone who knows how to play this game? Does he not? Is he not just a like shroomed up Pikachu? I think he's a shroomed up Pikachu. Alright, I've totally like zoned out on the comments. My router resets in 8 minutes, but I'd be down to play a game. Oh my. You officially have referred to me, Owen. Best way to play orcs? Play a different group. I'm guessing you're on the North American. Yes, Ezreal, Sona, Hekarim are pretty powerful in this to be honest. Yeah, Sona, Hekarim, and those are amazing. Limited to 20 mushrooms. That's annoying. That makes me sad. He's been banned every game I've played so far, but... Oh wow. That's right, I might really lag at this. Well, here's hoping. He poops shrooms. Ah, there you go. That was why I wasn't coming up. Because it's a different screen. Because... why? Yeah, really hoping that my computer can handle this. Because... as I said before, it is not the greatest of computers. But, we'll see. If it fails, then it fails and I can't play. But, like I said, depending on how a backing deal may go, I may be able to, Oh, what are you doing, Goliath? We talked about this. You were supposed to bring teleport and revive. Smite is not the one you wanted to bring. I haven't updated / played this game in months. Still level 18. Teemo is trolling the wiki page right now. Damn it, only have a level 4 on the North American server. Yeah, I don't know if my computer's actually going to be able to do this with the live show running, just because it does take up a lot of my bandwidth trying to run that, or not only that, it just takes a lot of the processing power. So, we'll see. But, hopefully. Maybe. Maybe not. No. No, it's not going to work. Alright, well, while we're sitting here, back to painting. Boop. Never. Smile forever. So are we officially Coolerites? You guys keep saying that, and I keep not answering. Oh, it runs not terribly. 1.6 second cooldown. No cooldown. Let's spit poison on people. Goliath Online has quit. Teleport. Zoom. I'm a Teemo. I'm walking around, doing what Teemo does. Oh yeah, I go invisible. That's why my screen keeps dimming. Man, having this light facing me is really distracting. I may have to turn it off. Look at this buff. This was what Privateer. This is what League of Legends did for April Fools, I think. The awesome buff of awesomely awesome buffing. Mana and energy consumption reduced by 100%, plus 80% cooldown reduction on abilities, activated items, and summoner spells. 25% tenacity and tenaciousness. 60% move speed and speed while moving. Yep. Attack speed bonuses on ranged champions increased by 100%. Critical strikes on ranged champions deal 25% more damage. 35 magic resist against dinosaurs. Keep out of reach of designers and people who like sane tooltips. This unit is currently able to travel the abyss. Source: Dark Voodoo Magics. Time to go buy food and bring models home to paint. Sounds like a plan. How about ice cubes for the fun fan name? Oh my, look at this lag. Oh man, I don't know, man. I don't know. Well, the response is good, it just... there's a frame rate problem. What can I do to bring that up? What can I do? I bet you I could lower the graphic quality. It's an evil Teemo! Spit poison at him! Ah, dead. Yeah, can't do this. Video, can I lower them? I'll drag it way down the bar and totally crash my computer for a moment while I try and do that. How about ice cubes for the fan name? Because I'm the cooler and I've got my ice cubes? No, that's silly. For the record, if anyone's watching this, this is just my computer trying to re-render itself, or at least change the graphics. Oh, there we go. Hopefully it works a little bit better now, maybe? We're already, like, out of the game at this point, but... yeah, this is a little bit more playable. Oh, crap. Yeah, this is not gonna work. Like, as soon as we get into a bigger team fight, I'm just gonna not be able to do it. That makes me sad, but like I said, in the next couple weeks, I'm gonna have a new system, and we'll actually be able to do these. It's funny, though, that League of Legends is that much more demanding than, like, Dawn of War, where you have, like, hundreds of infantry units all shooting at each other with different things. But that's just the way it is. I'm getting my butt kicked because I can't control my character. Can't tell when my opponent's coming. Ping for help. Ping for help. Wow, he killed the dragon already. That's crazy. Boots. Sounds better. Cooler rights for me. Rest in peace, computer. Yeah, that's basically what's happening here. Evil Teemo! Ah! Ah! He's got mushrooms. Oh my gosh. I'm targeting the wrong guy. Game over, man. It's game over. Getting my butt kicked. Makes me laugh. Yay! Up, 2, 3. Look at all those mushrooms. Wow, they killed that guy. Is it just damage over time? Yeah. Come on, level 6. You, of course, get skills as you level up. And in... Oh, jeez. Explosion mushroom. So what do I do if I run out of mushrooms? Do I just destroy the old ones? Like, is that what happens? I don't even... Oh, chug chug computer. He's okay. Keep it together, computer. It'll be alright. It's growling at me. Better optimized. Why would you play Jinx on this? He's in those bushes! Oh, evil Teemo got killed thanks to Goliath Online saving me. I guess I'm going on an adventure. Ah! Ah! Get him, Goliath online. Go team. It was all team effort. Look at this lag. Oh man. I wish I had a better computer. Soon. Soon enough. Get him! He's evil! Wow, Warwick is surprisingly good at this. I didn't even think about the fact that he could just, like, queue all the way to the bank. No, not again! Don't do it, turret, I love you. Oh, bad guys. Bad guys. Probably destroys the oldest one or doesn't allow you to use the ability. Exactly like placing more than 3 wards. Yeah, that's what I figure is going to happen. We're going to come to that bridge soon enough when I actually go and like do stuff. But, pretty poor representation of this game, seeing as my computer's just like, did I just kill Teemo? Nope, not quite. Go, go, go. We know he's over here. Oh, Goliath is listening to my stuff. Alright, let's not let people land on me from the woods again. We'll bunker up right up here. See? Evil mushroom. Yipe, yipe, yipe. Flick. Dead. Like a boss. Because Teemo. Explosions. See, I knew he had evil mushrooms in there. And Teemo can teleport, along with everyone else really, can teleport onto those mushrooms. So I planned for that. You all saw that? That was legit. That was the strat. Tarek is still competitive. In fact, he might even be more competitive. But he's certainly an option. Boom. Turret is dead. Teemo party up in the top of the boat. Pow. Pow. Better poison. Let's roll. Going on an adventure. Dropping a ward and a bomb. That poor Warwick. He's getting dragged all over the place. Build a wall. Ah! Don't even know what happened. My computer was just like, I give up. This was fun, but I give up. Maybe I could do like a 3-on-3 in this, but Teemo exploding out of the entry. Hey, that's me. Evil Teemo. I'm scared, Kate. You go first. Spat on. Dead. Evil Teemo's coming. Oldest trap will be moved when trap limit is exceeded. There you go. Everything is explained just like that. I guess that's how you can find out how things work, is, you know, like, read. Zoom. Look at me take that rocket to the chest. Mushroom, mushroom, mushroom. I'm just gonna go play Shaco style and put nothing but mushrooms. Dead. Yeah, explosions. He's just going right for it. Look at that mushroom. Oh, killed. No? Maybe? No. Where's my home guard buff? Where's my home? Oh, it's because I just killed, like, injured. Zoom. Ah, blitz kill. Evil Teemo. His mushrooms hurt. I'm just gonna go back to stacking mushrooms in this bush. Why did I just get gold? Did something happen somewhere? Let's go, Caitlyn. We'll blow up this turret. Run for it, Caitlyn! Ah, look at her die. Smiley face. And that's why the Teemo. Oh, our enemies are godlike. Oh well. Dead. Because I have no idea what's going on. Yeah, it's unfortunate. I might be able to play this game and record it in the post, but the streaming slows it down too much. So we may be able to have, like, league rounds, like games played, but I don't think there's going to be another live league until I get a new computer. At which point, that would be an option. But right now it is just simply, like, you guys can see what's going on here. Like, this is ridiculous. I have no idea what's happening. I can't control my character. Like, delay, guy dies, something. Yeah. Fun, though. I mean, I love this game, but makes me laugh. Beware the DDoS. Man. That's Skarner. There's only one thing to do now. Rush the base. I wonder if the turret still aims for mushrooms, like as primary targets. That used to be the case, but then they, like, nerfed and then not nerfed and then nerfed and then not nerfed. Spit. Chase. Spit. Trap. Chase. Bomb. Explosion. God, bear. Who's... Oh, Caitlyn's trap was the one that killed him. That's right. Because it trapped him. Derp-a-derp-a-derp. Is that enemy guys in our base? Yep. Yeah, we lost this for sure. I'm going to take entirely my fault, because I'm 5 and 10. But I'm going to use the argument that I can't see what's going on as my excuse for why I did so poorly. Cool? We all good with that? Alright, I'm good with that. I'm pushing the base. Me and Kate. Have my escape planned, so when I have to run from my opponents, I can run all along this, like, long gauntlet of mushrooms. Run for it! Oh, Skarner's gonna kill us all. I killed her. That was the goal. Use the mushrooms! Use the shrooms! Building up the Teemo fortress. Wah! Ah, Jinx got killed by a mushroom. Do you know how I can tell? Because I killed her. Oh. Good try, computer. Keep going. You can do it. Buy another item. Come on. We're about to lose the game. Yeah, silly. Could totally, like, you saw what happened there, guys. It was just like, no. Dead. Second place. Alright, we'll close that. And we'll go back to the main screen. Because that's just simply not doable. I wonder if you can actually hear me. If I can wear my headset like this. Maybe? Friend request. Sure. GG. Alt F4. There we go. Can everyone still hear me? Can everyone hear me if I just talk normally like this? Hopefully they can. Actually, I can just check. Ugh. Awesome play. Yeah, the lag is a bit of a handicap. The lag was quite a handicap, and I don't think this is going to work. I think I'm going to have to wear it on my head. Just like so. But now I go back to answering questions and painting my dudes. Which is really what I should be doing, because it's like almost 11, and I have to get up early so I can go to Jay's. And I still have a bunch to go. And then I still got to put them all in a box, and figure out how I'm going to get them in that box. And then get it all in my car. I got a clothing bag packed. That's a good thing. Yeah. Da 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 da. But I do think it's simply that I don't have a strong enough computer to run the stream at the same time as the game. Which makes me sad, but at the same time, I may be able to fix that in the near future. So, hopefully that's the case. Because I want to pick up Titanfall. And I want to play it live for you guys, or for me, really. You guys just get to watch if you want. And I've played it now at my friend's house on his Xbox One, and it was amazing. And so I want to get it. Yeah, but you're breathing on the mic. Yep, so we'll just switch. Another dude. That said, if anyone does want to play, like when I'm on League, I will certainly play with anybody, even if it's not a live show. Like, I have no problem. I'm not like, oh, you can't play with me because you're not good enough. That's not a thing. Same with PlanetSide, which I haven't been playing, but the other night I did update it, and I plan on playing again in the future. Add me on there. I can't for the life of me remember what my name is, but at some point I will post it and update it when that comes up. If you haven't liked or subscribed to the Facebook group I have on here, I think it's liked is the word I'm looking for. It's Gaming with the Cooler, like Facebook/Gaming with the Cooler. And I'll probably start posting there if I'm playing some specific game, and people can just jump on and join in. So, if you're available whenever that post goes up. But of course, you're gonna have to like the page. Haha, that's my trap. If you want somebody to play video games with, you're gonna have to join a group of people that are playing video games. And at some points, like I always post on there when I'm doing a live show, and other random like wargaming related stuff that I happen to find. So, take a look over there. Ugh. I'll take credit for the LOL play. Good game, Owen. Sad you were having so much lag, but once they got any of us, no one on our team could get them off. Yeah, it was unfortunate. But I play the game a lot differently when I'm not playing at 15 frames a minute. That's right, a minute. Woo! Painting up arcs. There's one group done. Just 4 more to go. Oh, drop that guy. Hey, these guys are already done. This guy has 2. Let's just put a line between them. Ah, stand up. There we go. Get another one of these little fellas. For those of you who can't see or haven't noticed, these are all my knights. One of my lists is, of course, Epic Krios with tier 4. And so it's somewhere along in the ballpark of like 50 weapon masters. And it's a incredibly powerful list, if up against the right enemy and done properly. Quick, get into the pile. Yeah, I don't even know. Nobody's talking anymore. Basically finished the conversation. Should we end the show? How long has this been going? This has been going for 2.5 hours. Some of you people have been here for 2.5 hours. It's like Seinfeld. There's a show about nothing. That's basically what we've got going on here. All it is me just firing through these guys as I try and get them painted up. You're already done. Excellent. Next. Bam. Next. Bam. Next. Oh, we're out of guys on the table. Bam! Are we there for nothing? Since you are what you do? Talk, talk, talk. L5R Owen doesn't know talk, talk, infinity. I don't know what L5R means. You keep saying that, and I still don't know what it means. We're nothing since you talk about what you do. Quiet, you. You're getting all perceptive. Bam. Into the pile. How many more of these do we still have to go through? Not too many more. Tore through that group. Just got here. How many arc lines have you had to draw to take this long? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40, 42, 44, 46, 48, 50, 52, 54, 56, 58, 60, 62, 64, 66, 68, 70, 72, 74, 76, 78, 80, 82, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 90, 2, 4, 6, 8, 100, 2, 4, 6, 8, 110, 2, 4, 6, 8, 118. And I've also gotten sidetracked a number of times talking about other concepts. And we played League of Legends for a moment. So it's not all been arcs. But it has been quite some time. Oh, Legend of Five Rings. Got it. L5R. Makes sense. So yeah, I've painted the arcs on 118 models. And 119. Boop. And then another one. And that's why it takes so long. Boop. That's still a whole lot of arcs. Yeah, it was quite a few. More than I've painted by 120. Wow, Kif, that new recruit pushed out my record by 19 seconds. And 18 minutes. And 25 hours. 38 days. 2 years. I'll finish one day. Oh, Futurama. I know that's not the correct, numbers, but it makes me smile. Boop. Alrighty then. I think that we're almost done here. Still got a bunch of people watching though. People are still watching this. It's not even talking anymore. It's just me breathing into the microphone and painting. They just want to see the next crazy debate start up. Find out points about something. Or something. I don't even know. Because no one knows what the next topic could be.
Alright then.
Oh, my voice is coming up. Quiet, you. First, getting into Warm Hordes, or any minis game. How do you suggest picking out a faction to start? First, find one that you think looks cool. Something aesthetically pleasing. Then find out what they're about. So look into like how they play, / the background of their army. And if you like both of those things, then invest. Because all miniature games are expensive. Don't let anyone fool you by saying certain games are cheap. They're only cheap in comparison to the other games. Of course, it's all relative what's actually expensive, but it is an investment. And so find out what you like, find one that looks really cool, find out what it does, and then invest. If not, find a different one that looks not quite as cool, but you like the other two. Like, basically find out of those three what you want. One that plays the way you think would like to play, one that you think looks cool, and one that has a cool backstory. And really, you only need like 2 of those. Now we all feel creepy. Good. You should feel creepy. It's creeping me out. Weird. Weird. But we're almost done. There's only like one more guy after these 2. And then all of the bases will be done, and the show is over. And the show will be over. Ah, there we go. That's them. I only have 73 models in my whole army. Oh, did you go and count? Yeah. I have a lot of these. There's a shelf back there. You can see that this bookshelf, or rather dresser, this is absolutely covered in models right now. Just for this faction. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. But I did just remember that I need to mark off some numbers on some folks. One. Two. Three. Oh, you're a different unit. Well, you can be 2. See any good April Fool's jokes? Not really. This is the painting that never ends, just goes on and on. Oh, he's singing this song. I'm not getting into that trap. No, thank you, sir. What is the Roman numeral for 4? It's IV. That's right. Four. Oh, there you are, number 5. What's going on here? Oh, just Jay sending me a text message. Because he was asking about what we're going to do if we show up too early to pick up Dan from the airport. And the answer to that is, we're going to go to Adepticon and get our tickets early. Hey, there was a comment posted on Gaming with the Cooler Adepticon Paint Fest. Who else is surprised? I was surprised. Now we get all 120 get numbers. No, not everyone does. Only guys who are different get numbers. For example, infantry models, these little fellas, only have 1 point of damage. So if they get hurt, they just die. That's it. Whereas the horses have 5 points of damage, and so you have to keep track in case one of them gets more or less damaged. And I totally just recognized the fact that this guy is from a different unit, and I painted him with the wrong number, because I did this terribly. Now you're number 3, and you're in Unit 2. But, yeah, that's the reason why they have numbers. It's because you have to keep track of different health boxes. And the same applies for the exemplar bastions and seneschals, the bigger dudes here, because they have 8 boxes each. So for example, bastion number 1 could have taken 1 point of damage, and then bastion number 3 could have taken 3 points of damage, and unless you have some way to differentiate them, whether it's numbers or painted or whatever, you have no way to say like which one is which in the crowd. And so, numbers. That's my theme. Okay, everybody's signing off. The show is slowly dying away. Everybody's going home. That's fine. For those of you who made it to the end, congratulations. Treat yourself to something. You lasted through an entire show of just rambling and painting and hectic painting and rambling. This guy's got to be number 2, right? Yep. But we're going to call it here, because now I'm going to have to get up and wander around a whole bunch and try and figure out how I'm going to transport all these guys. I have a number of cases, and I should be able to get them to all fit. But the next thing you will see, because it is going to be about a week hiatus now as I go off to Adepticon, the next thing you guys should start seeing are videos coming out of there. So stay tuned for that, those of you who are interested in that. Those of you who aren't, you're jerks. Get interested. But other than that, that is the end of this show, and I will see you all next week. Wish me luck. I'm going to try and go win a Masters tournament at a giant tournament. See y'all next week. See y'all next week.